Okay, today we're diving into a project that has uncovered a really disturbing pattern inside the US legal system. But, this isn't just about pointing out a problem. This is a direct call to action, a call for professionals, maybe even you, to become part of the solution. Let's see what they've uncovered.
So this is the bombshell claim from XisList.org. And we're not talking about a few isolated incidents of corruption here. No, they're saying they have found hard evidence of a systematic, repeatable process, an industrialized process that's being used to target families.
So, what does industrialized actually mean in this context? Well, get this. According to their data, a staggering 14 to 15% of all cases handled by a specific network of attorneys, one they'd already flagged for some pretty suspicious financial activity, involve the targeting of children. That figure is so far from random chance, it points to a deliberate business model.
Right, so a number like that, you gotta ask, how on earth did they find this? Let's take a look at the group behind this whole investigation and their pretty unique approach to it.
The group is called ScotsWatch.org, and their whole philosophy is basically data, not drama. They're taking the same kind of powerful data analysis tools that tech giants use, and they're turning them back against what they describe as corrupt judicial and financial networks. And the person who started all this, RJ Aguiar, has a really interesting background. We're talking about a former Google search ranking engineer, someone whose whole job was finding hidden patterns in massive amounts of data. And after he and his family were personally targeted by this very network, he turned those exact same skills into what he calls a powerful counteroffensive. Now, let's follow the money, because to really grasp just how serious these claims are, you need to see how they're connecting the dots. It's a pretty rigorous process, and it's designed to uncover things that are meant to stay hidden. Okay, so here's their 4-step playbook. First, they scrape all the public court records they can get their hands on. Second, they perform something called intelligence fusion, and stick with me, we'll get to what that means in just a sec. Third, they analyze all that combined data to find the patterns. And fourth, they make it all public, the findings, the dashboards, everything, so that anyone can check their work. So this step, intelligence fusion, this is the real secret sauce. They take all that public court data and they literally merge it with a leaked data set of cryptocurrency payments. This is how they can start to see if there are hidden financial trails between the key players in all of these legal cases.
And wow, does it get results? I mean, check this out. Their system pinged one single attorney, a specialist in child protective services, with over $32 million in crypto payments associated with this network. Their whole message is simple. You just have to follow the money. Okay, but this is where the story takes a really important turn, because uncovering all of this data, that's one thing. But actually helping the people who are caught right in the middle of it, well, that's something else entirely. And this leads them to a huge question. Data can shine a spotlight on a potential victim, but a spreadsheet can't give you legal advice, it can't offer emotional support. The numbers can absolutely prove that a system is broken, but numbers alone can't fix it. So realizing this has kicked off a whole new phase for ScoTextWatch.org. The mission is shifting. It's going from just data analysis and exposure to actually building a human support network, a coalition of experts who can step in and offer real, tangible help to the people being targeted. And that's the whole point, right? How do you turn all these data points into actual help for real people? Well, that's where their call for volunteers comes in. And it's a call for a very, very specific set of skills. And listen, they're not just asking for anyone to sign up. They are building a pro bono, multidisciplinary team. They need folks who know crisis intervention and social work. They need legal eagles from paralegals to attorneys. They need other data nerds, intelligence analysts and forensic accountants. And crucially, they need mental health professionals to help victims cope with the trauma. The way they frame this is, I think, really powerful. This isn't just about donating your time. It's about deploying your highly specialized, hard-won expertise where it's desperately needed. It's about becoming the missing piece that can turn data into an actual defense for a family in crisis. So, you're a professional, you sign up. What does that actually look like? What are you really doing? Let's break down the actual duties for these volunteer professionals. The roles are super clear and organized.
Volunteers might be that first, compassionate point of contact for someone who's just been identified as a target. You'll help monitor court dockets, looking for the very patterns of abuse the data has flagged. You'll assist with legal and financial research. And ultimately, you're there to offer pro bono guidance and support. You know, there's a line from their project overview that just hits the nail on the head. The whole idea here is to build a bridge that turns public awareness into direct, meaningful action. It's about creating the defense that the data on its own just can't provide.
So look, if you're listening to this and you have one of those skill sets we just talked about, and you feel that call to help, here's the information. And obviously, all communications are held in the absolute strictest confidence.
And that really is the question that hangs over all of this, isn't it? XisList.org, they've done the data crunching, they've exposed the problem, and they've built the framework for a solution. The question they're putting out there now is, who has the expertise and the will to step up and help fix it?